Hello everyone, today we're starting a simple but interesting project. Building a mini welding machine beginning with a spark plug. Normally used to ignite engines, the spark plug will serve as a key ignition component in our DIY welder. We'll go through the essential principle and the safe, effective way to apply it. A small part, but in the right place, it becomes the core of a very capable tool. Next, I'd like everyone to prepare a single-phase metal connector. This piece will act as the intermediary link between the spark plug's terminal and the welding tip, ensuring a firm and safe connection. As you can see on the screen, I'm separating the single-phase connector from a two-phase block. Once we remove the metal piece we need, we'll have the exact component required for our next assembly step. In this step of making our DIY welding tip, I'm going to repurpose a steel screw. It may look like an ordinary piece of hardware, but there's a solid reason it works. A screw made of hardened steel offers good heat resistance, reliable thermal conduction, and enough structural strength. All essential qualities for creating a stable and functional mini welding tip. Now, to craft a proper, well-made tip, I invite you to keep a close eye on the screen. I'll move slowly and clearly through each step so you can follow along and recreate it with confidence. Alright, our DIY welding tip is now finished. The next step is simply attaching it to the remaining end of the connector. Align it properly, set it in place, and tighten it firmly. With that, the spark plug, connector, and welding tip come together into a neat assembly, ready for the next steps of the build. Of course, no DIY welding tool would be complete without a proper handle. And to keep things simple and practical, we can repurpose a piece of PVC pipe that fits comfortably in the hand. PVC is lightweight, electrically insulating, and offers just enough heat resistance for a small welding setup, making it an ideal choice for this handle. Just cut a suitable length, clean the edges, and you've got a solid base ready for the rest of the assembly. At this stage, there's no need to mount the handle just yet. First, we'll focus on wiring. One end of this wire will be connected to the grounding terminal of the spark plug. Let's secure that part properly first. As for the other end, we'll leave it for later. It will have its moment in the right step ahead. Not now and not necessarily immediately after this, but it will come into play when the build calls for it. Next, I'll use electrical tape to wrap around the spark plug's threaded section and the wire connection point. This serves two clear purposes. First, I'll wrap the threaded body thick enough so that it fits tightly and securely inside the PVC pipe. Second, the wrapping around the connection helps protect the joint, keeping the metal from being exposed and reducing the risk of damage during use. A bit of careful taping goes a long way in making the whole assembly solid and safe. For the remaining end of the wire, we'll attach a crocodile clip. This clip provides quick, firm contact and lets us clamp onto the workpiece or a grounding point with ease. Just strip the wire slightly, place it into the jaws, tighten it down, and that part of the process is done. But don't mistake this for the final step. Once the whole tool is completed, this assembly will connect to the positive terminal of the power source, so this crocodile clip is actually a key component in the system. Next, we'll prepare an additional connector for the negative terminal of the power source. For this part, I'll use another wire and split it into two separate ends. Each end will be fitted with a crocodile clip. The process is the same. Strip the wire slightly, fit it into the clip's jaws and tighten it securely. This wire assembly will act as the ground connection, completing the electrical circuit when the tool is in use. With two crocodile clips, you'll have the flexibility to attach them to the workpiece or any suitable grounding surface, ensuring a stable and closed circuit during operation. To keep the device running safely and steadily, I recommend using a small battery. It provides just the right amount of power, enough for the welding tip to work properly without overloading any of the DIY components. And that wraps up our mini welding tool. From the little spark plug to the homemade welding tip and the quick tests. Everything proves that with the right approach, even simple materials can become a practical tool. Thank you for watching until the end. If you enjoy compact, easy-to-build DIY projects like this, stick around for the next videos. Wishing you plenty of satisfaction in everything you create with your own hands.